Hi there, and welcome back to PTSD While Black. This is another evidence video. I'm submitting for review my conversations on the Line app with Ashley from Globe Life. You can pause to read. I've been trying to figure out how to do this, but I realized, people can just pause to read. If there are any authorities that are needing copies of the unredacted versions that I have copies of, you're welcome to contact me. The FBI has my phone number. And if you don't leave a voicemail, then I'm not responding. Um, or you can send an email to letitendwithme@gmail.com. I haven't been checking that account, but I will start checking it after today. But I just want to put this out there. Now, it's definitely not going to paint me in the best light, and I'm okay with it because I was believing some of the stuff she was telling me about other people. And I was also going through my own trauma of falling in love with somebody else while being married and not knowing how to deal with it. So that's going to definitely be in here. I'm definitely obnoxious and I own my part of it. 100%. Um but I wanted to post this too because it also shows how she kind of talks to people to get them to sort of do the dumbest type of harassment towards other people. So that's in there. Plus, also, there's evidence of her possibly harassing another person to the point of this woman attempting suicide, or at least it's her version of the story. So I just want to have that there too. I try to redact as many names as I possibly could, but brain injury and all, I'm doing the best that I can, and that's what's taken so long to post this. All right, so here you go. Okay, so this is starting with our chat history that I've had with AM. I saved this on June 9th, 2022, when I started recognizing the things being placed on my computer being hacked and things of that nature the first time. So I first met her Friday, February 18th, 2022, or at least we first started talking on this app. This is me asking her how she got into paid voice acting. I asked this many times, but she rarely would answer me. And this is where a member had their accounts hacked on Discord. And now that I know, this is possibly because he might have been doing some work for her, but it was just a kid. This is her asking me to be in the Girl Loves Girl group, but it really was not my thing. My cat had just died, and I was trying to ask for tips on getting into voice acting to pay off a medical bill. And this is where I'm saying that I caught myself being jealous of Chance acting with other women, and he was jealous of me acting with Woe, and, um, yeah, I, like, owned my feelings about it. I'm like, I'm not possessive, it's just like, "Ooh, I'm starting to have feelings for this person." DeeDeesDream is another teen lead that Ashley was in conflict with, and this is when I first came into the group. She was saying that DeeDeesDream was saying, "Do not act with, any of the people in Ashley's group," and I didn't understand why, and I just trusted what she said. Now I know that she may have been bothering this woman too. I told her about Workaholics Anonymous, which I had found helpful. That's what brought me to Smule. Okay, and this section that's highlighted in red or circled in red and highlighted is regarding a conversation she had with me about her, someone made a script about her and basically her kissing someone else's husband, but she said she was drunk at the time and that he kissed her. And she's saying here that her husband was abusive to her and she was living with a mutual friend. And that's the husband that she kissed, but she'd said that the husband had been making uncomfortable advances on her as well, and saying that the friend had tried to commit suicide over this kiss. And so this was the first hint to me of her behavior not being safe with some other people. And this is me telling her that I have feelings for Chaz. Um, and I'm saying that I want to see if this pans out. Um, and noting what fidelity is in my marriage and also helping to relate to how that could be with this other friend of hers that she kissed the husband. What is their definition of fidelity in their relationship? And regardless if that couple had threesomes, that's the next thing she's trying to say. It's still what they define as cheating is what matters, and that's what I was trying to say. And again, I say don't hurt Chaz because I'd be very upset if he or his wife were hurt. And she says she doesn't even talk to him. And then this is where she's saying that she has a crush on someone um, on the karaoke app. I'm saying that Chaz helped me with grieving my cat's death. And even telling her that my husband's glaring at me because I'm up here chatting with you when I should be in bed. And I think this is her setting up evidence to be okay with herself on this person committing or attempting suicide. And she's pointing out that they've been in and out of mental hospitals, or member, the husband. Regardless of their challenges, though, their marriage needs to be respected. And that I was convincing her to just make an amends for her part. And so I told her to mail the letter because she had lived with them. Even if their address changed, hopefully the post office would forward it. This is me saying I'm having a massive PTSD episode. And part of this was I was dealing with PTSD from dealing with watching a police brutality video on the news and realizing that the person that I was infatuated with could not relate to what I was going through, and neither could my husband. They're both white men. That's not their reality. Um, yeah. And I said that I'm afraid of him hurting himself. We both got into this acting group called Deviate. He got in before I did, and I was really disappointed because I was the one who convinced him to get in, and I was freaking out if I would ever be let in. And he was jealous of me voice acting with another guy, even though the other guy and I never did romantic scenes. I don't remember what the voice messages were. I'm realizing this is gonna be a long video, so I'm just gonna slowly scroll and not comment to try to help us along. Feel free to pause because, oh, look, there's a whole bunch of voice messages back and forth. Feel free to pause if you need to keep reading something. And this is another girl that Ashley was telling me to go follow because she had heard a friend of hers. They were dating and she put somebody down. Yeah, this is me being melodramatic. Okay, and so this is where she's telling me to look up another Smule member and to like all of her old things that she did with another guy. I'm like, this makes no sense. This is her actually doing my really explicit script that I'd sent to her, and I could have been told to tone it down, but nobody did. And this is Kolchika is responding to Ashley's like war. Okay, she offered to be a mediator between me and Chaz Corn. Um, and even though I wasn't healed, I should not have taken her up on that. I should have said, I need to heal my heart. Okay, and then this is where things fall apart. And me saying turning toxic myself is that I did not want to put his story on blast. And then I tell her, you've been warned he's a narcissist with severe insecurities. He has tried to pit other women of color against me, but hey, Quinn's just crazy. She has PTSD and can't be believed or seen as human. And the conversation that he's having with you, he needs to be having with me. Narcissists suck up everyone around their victim. They make you feel sorry for them and play the victim. I tried to hold him accountable, and that's what has cut off his narcissistic supply. I'm going to say just sit back and watch what he does. And she thinks that she started getting defensive of thinking that I think that she's talked to him, and I'm like, regardless, he's not talking to me about this. Um, and then she gets extremely defensive here on out. Because I think she was having a hard time reading all this and she just woke up. This is me saying I wanted to focus on acting and doing deviate and being a better singer, and I think that really hurt her feelings because she had allowed me to voice act in her group. That I was like, I needed to take care of my own energy. And I think that really upset her. I need to take care of my health. Okay. And so then the last conversation with us, or at least my last message to her, was on May 24th of 2022. And that is the extent of my relationship with Ashley. Um, yeah, I own my part. I own my trauma. I own having PTSD responses. I definitely own that. But I'm also just placing this out as clarity. And with that, I'll pass.